I have not questioned a single thing here, and we've created so many moments, and that is my favorite.
Trick shot, Evans at the page.
Imagine your whole life you have this vision of what your potential could be, and here I am, doing it.
You're living the boyhood dream.
Yes, I am living the boyhood dream.
And you're the NXT champ.
Do you want to hold it?
Could I?
Yeah.
I feel like a real champ.
Yeah.
From your debut to you winning the championship, 40 days.
I guess is a record.
How does it feel?
Validating. That's the perfect word.
You left AEW. Did you know this would be a possibility?
No, I didn't.
Who's the dream match?
Probably Randy Orton.
You look like a superstar.
Heck yeah. WWE superstar. You are really good at this.
Oh my goodness.
I'm ready for you, Chris.
Look at You're living the boyhood dream.
You are really good at this because you couldn't have picked a better. Yes, I am. I am living the boyhood dream.
It's like, I'm just, as a friend,
yes,
I'm just so happy for everything that you've done in your career, but this is like the cherry on top.
Yeah, that's how I feel. And because I'm Canadian, I'm going to do exactly what you did. I'm very happy for you too. Well, we were talking off camera. I was texting you about this too. Them mentioning you on Raw. It's like incredible.
That was mind blowing to me.
Yeah. It's all natural too. It just seems like the natural progression, the growth, the fans just, yeah.
Joe Tessitore name dropping me was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Incredible.
Crazy.
Incredible. And the way they did it was like, oh, this guy's an entity already. Like everyone should just know CVV. You know those letters? This is so passive. Just, on CVV. Well, here I am on CVV.
and you're the NXT champ.
Hell yeah. I wanted to start with this just to
Look at,
be able to
look
show
at those
you.
side plates.
Do you want to hold it?
Wow. Could I?
Yeah, we're buddies.
Oh my goodness. You're not going to like hit me from behind, are you?
No, that was just for Trick Williams.
Hold on. Let me just put it over my shoulder here.
There you go.
All right. So
Please continue your interview.
I go the other shoulder, right? That's probably more comfortable.
Yeah. I'm still learning everything here, but you actually have to have the W pointing inward.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, you got to follow the rules,
I'm
man.
holding the belt.
You're going to get me
incorrect.
fired.
There's
I haven't
rules?
been for photographs. I've got too much inside going on right now.
Okay.
There you go.
So that's correct.
That is correct. I'm a company guy. I'm making sure we're doing this right.
Wow. I feel like the real champ here.
Yeah. Feels nice, right?
And I just hold it for the rest of the interview?
If you wanted to, honestly, sure. Because it is very heavy.
It is. Look at you, man.
Thank you.
I think what's so impressive about it is...
Would it be disrespectful if I pass it off camera?
Well, just pass it. Yeah, pass it to someone off camera here. I think that would totally be... Yeah, there we go. That makes perfect sense.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be careful. It is very heavy. I also don't want to drop it.
From your debut to you winning the championship,
Yes.
40 days.
Which I guess is a record. At least I'm going to... If I'm wrong, it's because that's what I read on the internet that fans were saying.
It's a record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fastest championship. And I also think Vic Joseph was saying this to me, that he thinks that I have the most PLE main events consecutively and the fastest amount. I'm on a really good run right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Validating. I think that's the perfect word, validating. It's like, imagine your whole life you have this vision of what your potential could be, and no one around you sees the same vision as you. And then magically, the greatest wrestler of all time just has the same vision as you and is like, yeah, I'll let you do that. And here I am doing it. Yeah.
Wow.
The boyhood dream, dude.
What was your first conversation with Shawn Michaels?
It was hidden in one of these back rooms in this building. And essentially it was like, hey, I don't know everything about you, but you seem like a guy that's never been given a fair shot. So I'm going to give it to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know what specifically he saw in you, or a match or a promo or what?
No. Also, I'm not going to question it because I've been in the game so long that someone looking me in the eyes and being like, I'm going to give you this chance. So like what you wanted to accomplish, you can try it right now.
Wow.
Yeah. That was it for me. I was like, cool. Like someone's telling me I'm giving you the ball. So if you do well, we'll both do well.
Well, and it's not just someone that's telling you
No, the greatest wrestler ever. Yeah. Dude, you don't have to tell me. It's this whole thing has been extremely weird. And then to get like the guidance of Matt Bloom and Terry Taylor and then Fit Finley, any of these guys that I want to either pick something from or ask them questions, or they are just willing to just help you out. And that's not something I've ever experienced. You're like, it's such a competitive business, especially everywhere else that I've been. Like you can have camaraderie with like fellow wrestlers and stuff like that, but not many guys are just walking around being like, hey, do you want to get better? This is how. No, because they want to do it themselves. They want that position.
Yeah.
But here it's, I mean, especially NXT. I don't know the main roster yet, but with NXT, this is such a great environment to hone your skills and to get better. Yeah.
When you left AEW, did you even know that this would be a possibility?
No, I had 70 independent dates scheduled because I was like, oh, I got 2 kids, got this house, these cars. I moved to America. Like we just got our green cards. I'm like, this is where we live now. So I have to make sure that my children are fed and the bills are paid.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't.
What went into the decision to leave where you were at in AEW?
It was time. Yeah, it was time. And I wasn't getting what I magically got here, which was the opportunity to show what I bring to the table.
Well, it wasn't magic. It was hard work and preparation and the right time and the right place.
Right.
That all conversion came together.
This here, to me, is preparation meets opportunity. And the amount of preparation that I got is a lot. So it was like...
You mean in your career?
Yes, 17, 18 years of preparation. Yeah. It's the perfect amount, guys, honestly.
But there was a point in time where if your age began with a 3, you're probably too old for NXT.
Well, dude, I feel old. Like I'm training with 20-year-old college athletes that are freaks of nature. That's what this place is. Breeding freaks of nature. And then here's my broken down 34-year-old ass in training and working out with these guys looking around like, oh yeah, I'm the old guy now.
But you've got 17, 18 years of knowledge and you've been there. And
which is rare here for sure.
And you've seen it all.
Yes.
So when you left AEW, how did this even come about?
I'll tell you, I took all those independent dates and I was just kind of betting on myself, trying to, I guess, get some upward momentum back into Ethan Page. And I'm very big on like following trends and patterns. And I could tell that I was on like a downward tick and there wasn't anything that was going to change there. So I had to kind of change my environment to be able to change my momentum. And like I said, I booked up, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but up close to 70, 60 shows for the remainder of 2024. And I did a great wrestling show in Winnipeg. And on my layover from Winnipeg to Detroit, because I was landing in Detroit to drive for Revolver Wrestling in Dayton, Ohio, I got a phone call, a number that I didn't have on my phone. And they were like, hi, is this Ethan Page? Yes. Oh, this is so-and-so from the WWE. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'd like to offer you a contract, this long, this amount. And I'm just like, this is not real. And I was like, yeah, honestly, that sounds fantastic. They hung up on me. Okay. My phone rings instantly. Hi, this is so-and-so from WWE. And I was like, whoa, wait, that phone call I just got was real? Yeah. And you agreed to everything. So we would like to email it to you, have it signed, sent over. But I'm like, whoa. So then I'm calling my wife. Yeah, I think the WWE just offered me a job. She's like, wait, aren't you coming? Yeah, I'm on my layover. Like I'm about to land and I have to go do this show. But yeah, I think I'm going to work for the WWE. Like, yeah, okay, cool.
Were you also like, we just bought this house in Michigan?
Dude.
I think we're moving to Florida now?
Yeah, there was that for sure. Obviously.
Well, the weather is slightly better here.
It is a lot better. And we're big Disney people, so that's an exciting part. But the toughest part was like, I got 2 kids. My daughter just started kindergarten. So she's in grade 1 now. So she just got familiar with the school, which was another big thing. It was a great school too. And the biggest thing was uprooting my family from something that we were growing roots into to start pretty much all over in Orlando.
Yeah.
It's been all right so far though.
Well,
very resilient children.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. You don't have to shovel sunshine.
Nope, you don't. You don't, but you can sweat it. And I sure have.
So I recently made it a goal to get into the best shape of my life, and I knew that it would take more than just some great workout routines and eating healthier to get there and to really feel my best. It would take me taking my health and my well-being into my own hands, and that's what I did with Merrick Health. Merrick Health is the premier health optimization platform, empowering you to maximize your longevity and performance with the confidence that comes from having experts in your back pocket. Think of this as kind of like a look under the hood to just see where everything's at in your body and get a baseline for your numbers to see if you need to raise or lower any of the ones that aren't where they should be. So I ordered their optimization package, which includes 84 carefully selected biomarkers, which is far more than any doctor would ever run for you. You also get a custom lab report with actionable recommendations validated by a clinical research team and physicians, and a thorough analysis of your lab report and a video call with Merrick Health. And I'm proud to say that now at 41 years old, I'm the healthiest that I've ever been. And I have the numbers to back it up. I think this is one of the most important things you can do to find out where you're at right now and then set a goal for where you want to be. So to get the exact same panel and the exact same medical oversight that I got, go to merrickhealth.com/CVV, use the code CVV, and you'll save 10% at checkout.
Do you remember what I texted you when I'm like, you moved to Orlando, right? You're like, yeah. I said, here's the advice someone told me when I moved to Florida.
Oh, please share this because it was great. I remember showing my wife. It was the great quote.
It is no disrespect. I loved Florida. I enjoyed my time here, but someone told me this like my first week in Florida, and they're like, it might not make sense right now, but one day this quote is going to resonate, that Florida is a sunny place for shady people. And I went, wow. And yeah, I saw that.
I've seen a couple things that have had me scratch my head.
Florida man is a real thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Florida person is a real thing.
Yes.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Have you seen alligators yet?
Not yet, but so we live in a beautiful area. I see deer all the time, and apparently I'll be seeing black bears, which I did not. Yeah, in our backyard.
You got to take the kids to Gator World.
Everyone says this to me. Why?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Jeremy Borash is like adamant on that I need to get a season pass at Gator World.
It's like a zoo just for gators.
I know. You get to feed them?
Yeah.
That sounds dangerous.
They're down below and you're tossing the food and they don't really seem that interested.
Yeah, nice.
It's too hot for them to move. The gators aren't people think that they're these aggressive things that are going to like eat you. Yeah, gators are just, no.
Well, that's propaganda.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's a bike trail in the Everglades where you can bike and there's like gators like right next to you.
Hell no.
Yeah.
That's not Gatorland, right?
That's not Gatorland.
Okay.
They're behind fences at Gatorland.
All right. You're the fourth person to mention Gatorland, so I think I'll check it out.
You need to go to Gatorland.
I will.
You need to go to Gatorland.
I will, yeah.
So between that phone call of here's a contract, here's an offer.
Yeah.
How long is the timeline between that and making your debut?
Ooh, my debut was like 2 weeks later, maybe less.
That's quick.
Because I had to come down here to do like a physical, meet with everyone. And then the following week I debuted. So maybe, 2 weeks or less than that.
And people immediately knew who you were.
Which was cool. And I don't know if I'm like revealing how self-conscious I am as a human being, but obviously that's like on the back of your mind. Like, is anyone going to even care? The lights on, lights off, or lights off, lights on thing doesn't always go great.
Well, when the lights go off, it could be anybody.
That's what I mean.
Could be the Undertaker.
And when it's not Sabu and it's Ethan Page, you know what I mean? But people were very excited, and it's cool that we got to keep the momentum going because that's like very hard in wrestling.
But it was also that you were catapulted right into the main event.
Yeah.
So, you're attacking Trick Williams. Now it's tied into the storyline of, oh, you've been attacking this whole time. Now there's a storyline. Is Ethan Page going to get a title shot? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Is Ethan Page going to win the NXT Championship? Wow.
And so not only that, when I did win, I'm winning in pretty much my hometown, like 30 minutes outside of my hometown with my family in the front row. So like this whole thing has been a dream and it's still going. It's been nonstop. And then every time I think it's going to slow down, something crazy happens. Like we just had No Mercy. It was like almost 9,000 people. Me and Joe Hendry. Place was electric the whole time. Like this whole run has been incredible.
You won in the most heel fashion possible.
Trust the process, Chris. I have not questioned a single thing here, and we've created so many moments, and that is like one of my favorite. getting knocked out and falling into the championship.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be memorable just in itself.
I mean, when you look at the history books, it doesn't say how you won.
Right.
You won.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm okay with them saying how I won, to be completely honest with you, because it's different. And to not have any ego in it, because like I understand, like I want people to think that I'm a despicable human being, and to win like that's a disgrace. And I love it.
The tie-in with TNA is so interesting. You've obviously got, such a history there.
Right.
What does it mean to see people like, your good friend Jordan Grace doing big things here in NXT?
It's so cool. And even to see the Rascals, like, I mean, these are guys, and Jordan too, like I would spend so much time with them years ago, especially vlogging and hanging out and just getting like close with these guys. To be able to share this with them and to be able to experience it, like even having Rosemary come, like the fellow Canadian wrestlers, same thing, like we're close to the same age, to be able to accomplish, this is everyone's goal, WWE. And to be able to accomplish that and do it with people that I'm familiar with when things weren't going so good and it was a lot tougher to make ends meet, it's amazing to share that with people that you struggle with.
At any point, did you give up on this dream? Did you think this wasn't going to happen?
Come on. Of course. Like 8 times. Yeah. But I will say, anyone listening, anytime you get to that point where you feel like it's all coming to an end and you want to give up, 9 times out of 10, when you tell yourself, nah, I got to keep going, that's when something great will happen.
What made you keep pushing through that and pushing forward?
I don't know, because I definitely could have stayed and just collected a check for a long time where I was. And I just looked at my age and I was like, I had the same thought. Like, usually the number 3 is not a good number to start with to try and come to WWE. I just knew I had more to offer the wrestling business in general, and not just like personally for my career. I like relaunched Alpha One Wrestling in Hamilton. I wanted to be more creative, hands-on. I missed helping cultivate talent too, and like actually recruiting independent people that I thought were really good and just needed a little, I don't know, guidance on character work or how to do things in the ring. And another thing too is independent shows don't really do storylines that often. So putting guys in positions to be able to do show by show storytelling is very beneficial for their careers. I just wanted to offer more to wrestling, and I wasn't able to in the position that I was.
It seems like 3-4 years ago, you really took control of your career. You got into the best shape of your life. You've maintained that shape. And I remember that conversation we had where I drove you last time after the last interview, and you were just like, I want to get into such great shape that people are forced to notice that I'm putting in the work.
Yeah.
What was behind that?
I mean, I guess just getting noticed. And you have to be self-aware enough to say like, okay, things aren't happening for me. Why? And I mean, you can blame other people all you want, but 9 times out of 10, it's you. So if I'm the problem, what is the problem? And if that was one of the problems, it's time to fix it, I guess. And I don't want to ever give anyone something to be like, he's great, but let's get rid of all the buts. And that's like the attitude I've had since being here is exactly that. Is like, I've had every opportunity for 17, 18 years to do things my way. I'm done doing things my way. It's like, look, I have all my bad habits. Please fix them. Tell me what they are. I'll happily get rid of them. Because I'm here to be a WWE superstar. I'm not here to be what Ethan Page thinks is good.
Not everybody's that coachable, though.
Good. I don't want him here then. That's why I'm here.
You could have every excuse imaginable to not be in the shape that you're in.
Probably.
But I've got a wife. But I've got kids.
Yeah.
But, all these different things. Yeah. You still carve out the time for it. And you know how many young and up-and-coming wrestlers that don't have any of those other things still don't find the time?
I know. I judge them. I mean, I judge myself. Like, I've put on a couple pounds that I know I need to get rid of. That was definitely moving to Florida and the stress of everything. But it's that self-awareness for sure. You can definitely make a million excuses. I have a million excuses.
What's the story behind using the ego's edge?
So, I mean, it actually goes back pretty far. Because when I came to AEW, my finisher at the time at Impact was a spinning rock bottom. I used to call it the spinning Dwayne. Big fan of The Rock, you know? So I would do that as a finisher.
A time or two.
Yeah, a few times, yeah. So I would use that as my finisher. But when I looked at the roster at AEW, there was like 7 people that were doing a rock bottom, a uranagi, or some version of that as a suplex. And I was like, oh, it's very used. And the only person that was doing any kind of move where they're hoisting someone up like that was Lance Archer, and he did it where the person was facing forward. No one was doing the Razor's Edge, and at the time I was doing the border toss on the Independents as like a false finish or secondary finisher. So I had just pitched that would be my finish instead of something that's been repetitive. I always tried to avoid any moves that I would do, and I try that here too. That's why I don't do the jumping cutter anymore. I just try and make sure everything that I'm doing is not being done on the show. So when you see me, you see something fresh, you see something different, and you see what's mine. It's like, oh, that's Ethan Page's, whatever that is.
Quick time out here. Blue Chew has sponsored this episode, and they're giving you the first month for free when you use the code CVV at BlueChew.com. You just have to pay $5 for shipping. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. All you have to do is sign up at BlueChew.com. The process is so simple. Consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part is it's all done online, so there's no doctor's visits, there's no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. This is delivered right to your door so you can turn up the heat in the bedroom. Oh yeah. Blue Chew wants to help you chew it and do it. Like I said before, the first month is free. You just have to pay $5 for shipping when you go to BlueChew.com and enter the code CVV. That's right, your first month is free at BlueChew.com. When you use that code CVV, you just have to pay $5 for shipping. Big thank you to Blue Chew for sponsoring the episode.
How excited are you about the CW deal?
Dude.
Debuting on the CW.
So huge. I've just the viewership alone growing like in one day. It's like, oh, we're going from this amount of people being able to see you to this amount of people being able to see you.
Yeah.
Selfishly, I'm excited. As company wide, like CW seems very proactive with teaming up with us to promote this as something huge. And when you have the network that's excited to have wrestling to be promoted, I mean, obviously we're excited about it. I think it's going to be a very big collaboration.
What went into Cody running into you, Lexis King, and Shawn Spears just randomly standing around?
I don't know. You know what I do here? What I'm told. And then I'm going to leave it at that, okay? You know what? Fans really seem to enjoy that moment.
It was the Spider-Man meme brought to life.
Yeah, yes. 100%. We even did the photo.
Yes. Yeah. The photo of
everyone pointing at each other. Yeah. That was a fun night.
You just seem really happy.
I'm like very happy, extremely happy. Like I said, like this is everything that I dreamed of to pretty much every detail is happening right now. I'm living through everything that I ever wanted in wrestling, and it seems like it's not stopping. So I'm just going with the flow in a very good way.
Was this announce table bump you took recently your first announce table bump?
What a great / dorky question to ask. And the dorky wrestler in me is like, yeah, please ask me about this. First of all, the first time I ever put someone through an announce table was in my very first match in the WWE.
What?
Yes. I power slammed Trick Williams through the announce table. So I'm like, this is my first match. It's in the main event of a PLE. That's already crazy. Like, oh, okay, we'll check that off the box. It's for the title. Cool. We'll check that off the box. I'm on all the advertising in the venue and whatever. I'm like, oh, we could check that off the box. And I'm putting this dude through the announce table in my first match. But yeah, this past Tuesday, or I don't know when this is going to air. Yeah, Trick Williams last man standing match with Pete Dunne. That was the first time I've ever been put through an announce table.
Is there a moment when you're floating through the air going, I hope it breaks?
Dude, not only do I hope it breaks, but then there's like the part where gravity gets weird because you like hit the table, but then the table also breaks. So there's like 2 impacts. There's the impact on the table, then there's the impact on the ground. 2 for 1 is no good for me.
Yeah, it's like
Boom, boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's jarring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been the most surreal moment about your months you've been here in NXT?
Oh, man. What a great question. Probably throwing out the first pitch at the Colorado Rockies game. I used to have a VHS. I don't remember what it was called. It was the Rock's VHS. They like kind of followed day in the life of the Rock. This is an old WWF. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for saying that tape. And I would watch it all the time. And in this tape, he would go to the store and buy his shirt, his shoes. He's like, whatever, cutting promos the whole time. He went and got his hair cut. Then they take him to, I think, a Pittsburgh Pirates game. He throws out the opening pitch. They got him sitting in this booth signing autographs with fans. And the whole time I'm like about to watch Braun throw this pitch out. So I know I'm only going there to meet the fans. I'm going to root on Braun, take some pictures with the mascot, whatever. So we meet all the fans. And then they came over and they're like, hey, change of plans. You're both throwing out the pitch. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I am not an athlete. I'm going to screw this up for sure. And Braun's over there saying, I'm going to throw this thing 80 miles per hour. So I'm egging him on the whole time, not thinking that I have to throw this pitch. So they say, no, you got to throw the pitch. I'm like, oh, cool. Now I'm super nervous. So I'm in pretty much these shoes, pants like this, not prepared to do anything athletic. So
But you look great.
That's right. And that's all that matters.
Really.
So they take us out there and we're just about to go on and the camera pans from wherever they're shooting to us. And then the way the camera is looking at us, behind the cameraman is the giant screen. And then I saw myself holding up the belt in the jersey, holding the ball. And I had a flashback to when I was a kid, seeing The Rock throw the first pitch. That in that very specific moment was the most surreal thing that's ever happened in my career.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, like I had the vision of the whatever 10-year-old kid at the very same time as being the 34-year-old man who's doing the thing that I used to watch. It was very weird. Yeah.
Did Joe Hendry tell you what that song was going to be like?
No. I also said I don't care. I was just like, go for it. I whatever you find, go for it. Don't mention my kids, and I don't care. Yeah, at all.
It was hilarious.
And then he showed that stupid video. And then, you hold on. I'm glad you brought this up because I told my wife that I really wanted to brag about this. It just didn't seem like a thing to say on social media. So I'm glad I get to do it on your show.
Please.
My daughter is now a published photographer and a worldwide videographer. She filmed that video of me in the Bowser costume doing curls on Halloween. And then a video game magazine put pictures out of my Sega Genesis collection. And I was like, oh, it'd be funny if my daughter took these photos. So I'm just saying she's very talented for only being 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Videographer for the WWE.
The Joe Hendry effect seems very real.
Yeah.
It like that crowd is that's hot. They're hot for him.
And not only because a lot of the same faces I see in the crowds when we do the events here. When we went to Denver to see that it's not just something localized, like this is a worldwide phenomenon. And I don't also just mean Joe, I just mean NXT in general, because we have the same people. So we don't know that when we hit the road, who's watching the show, who's popular with the fans, who's absolutely hated by the fans. So to walk out and be booed out of the building, to walk out and people are singing the song from the TV show, telling me to put my clothes on in this arena, not in Orlando. I was like, oh, this is great. Like people, it's catching on with people and they're invested in it.
Who's the dream match? You're in WWE. There is
Are we talking possible?
Sure. Who's possible?
It's probably Randy Orton. Yeah, I would say that is one of the best ever. Past 20 years here. How many more does he have? I don't know. I mean, if I look at him, I'm going to think a lot. Looks like $1 million.
Incredible.
He's the guy. I mean, he's the bar as far as how you want to be as a wrestler. I don't know. He's great. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rock is obviously numero uno. I don't know how many more matches he plans on having. I don't know how many egos edges he has left in his career.
You think you can get The Rock up for that?
I'm offended.
Of course you could.
You've seen me. You've seen me. I've Lance Archer. Got Lance Archer up for it. Yeah. Thanks.
What a silly question.
Come on, Chris.
What a silly question.
Of course I can get The Rock up.
Of course. How great would it be to sell the people's elbow?
Has anyone smiled while anyone is doing this over top of their face? Like, the hell is this guy grinning for?
Shut your damn mouth. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities.
I know.
You know, I've heard John Cena is going to work a handful of matches.
Listen, John, if you just want to take a little jump to NXT, I would happily welcome you here. Bell to bell.
Well, you got some big names coming to NXT.
You don't got to tell me. That first episode alone, well, you got CM Punk coming. Can't wait to find out why. It's in Chicago, so that's fantastic.
I mean, I feel like if anybody's coming to NXT,
should probably talk to the champ.
I mean,
yeah. And not only the first episode, which also has The Miz, by the way. Miz TV will be on the first episode, October 1st. Then October 8th, we're going to St. Louis, where we might see my dream match. Who knows?
You know who's from St. Louis?
Randy Orton. I'll defend the title 2 weeks in a row. All I'm saying.
Randy Orton for the NXT Championship?
Sure, why not?
Wow.
He's never won it. Add it to your resume.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Man, anything can happen in this era of wrestling.
I'm just hoping the voices he's hearing are telling him to wrestle me.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, anything's possible here.
Right now, literally anything is possible.
What's the biggest thing you've learned from being here in the PC that you wish you had 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever, start of your career?
The most important thing about wrestling is the way it makes people feel while they're watching. And that's like, not to harp on, just the fact that I let them tell me what to do. But that's legitimately it. Is like, I've focused on in-ring, I've focused on promos, I've focused on every aspect of it. Now it's very much the emotional part and committing to making sure that the fans are feeling what we want them to feel, whether it's sympathy for whoever's ass I'm kicking or make them absolutely hate me for being a piece of crap. And it's more about creating the emotion in the moments instead of what is physically happening in the ring.
It's not about move to move to move.
Right.
It's about telling that story.
Yeah, and the emotional part of it and the human part of it, actually. Yeah.
Your promos have always been so good. But
Thanks.
now they're dialed up even more.
Yes. That's also them too. Like, this is like the most hands-on anyone's ever been with me in my entire career. Before it was like self-regulating, self-teaching, reading comments online and trying to dissect them, whether it's like constructive or not. It's like, okay, well, how can I get better at this? How can I get better at that? But then also any of my criticisms that I felt like I had in my career before, I was never active enough to kind of work through them. So if it was like, oh, his promos are good, but it's very much like one emotion. It's like, okay, well, I never got the opportunity to have enough time to be so conscious of it that while I'm out there, I'm fixing it or working on it. But here it's like so many repetitions over and over, and they give you the opportunity to fall on your face and learn. And it's like, hey, this time this was like this. Next time, let's try this. And it's like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I never wanted to wear my glasses on television. I never thought I'd be a guy wearing a blazer. So it's like, hey, you see this in me. Yeah. Now I see this in me too. And look what we got. We got a WWE superstar.
Do you still not repeat your shirts?
I knew you were going to ask me this.
Will we ever see this shirt ever again?
Yes, you will. I know.
What?
Yes. This is a different...
Who is this man sitting in front of me?
I mean, it's a man. That's for sure. For me...
Oh, he's a man.
You won't see the same combination.
Okay.
So I might wear this shirt again, but never with this jacket and these pants and these shoes.
Your pocket square's falling down a little bit.
Oh, no. This is all new to me. It's also 2 pocket squares.
Ooh.
I know.
So we may see the shirt.
Yeah, you might see the shirt,
but
not the combination. I'm going to try and keep things looking different, but yeah, it's a different wardrobe for me. So I'm still starting out fresh.
all the other shirts that you
Rest
said
in peace.
You can't bring those back?
I mean, maybe, but I also said I'd never wear them again. There's that we'll see.
I wonder if I could fit into one of your shirts. I would love to.
You want some? I'll mail them to you.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
I have an entire closet full and then a garbage bag underneath.
I don't think I'm about 185. I think we're quite a bit off here.
No, I don't know, bro. Some of those shirts were a little tight.
That's a little tight?
Yeah.
I remember you saying like you'd order them and they would, they were supposed to be your size. You're like, oh, this is 4 sizes too small.
Oh, yeah. I would order 2, a large and an extra large, sometimes double extra large, just because I didn't know how they would show up. But I did watch your interview with Scorpio Sky. They were not $6 shirts. I know. Listen.
$8 shirts?
Okay, Chris.
Weren't they from like DHgate or Temu or something?
I can't say the website because they'll get clipped.
Yeah.
But no.
Okay.
But yes.
Oh, I see what. Yes.
No, but yes.
Yes, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe $9.
They were $20 to $30.
Excellent. With free shipping.
That's right. Well, when you order enough, yeah. You need one for every week.
Yeah, but you look like $1 million now.
Thank you. Yeah, I actually have to go talk to a guy who pulls out a measuring thing, and it's a whole process.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like $1 million.
Thanks. I'm a fan of the end result. That's for sure.
That's all. I mean, look at this. It's all that matters.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah. You look like a superstar.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I am one. WWE superstar.
You clearly are.
Yeah.
What do you think that the Ethan Page that debuted all of those years ago in Canada?
Are you talking like first match?
First match would say about this Ethan Page that's sitting in front of me right now?
Oh, he'd be so proud. Without a doubt, he'd be so proud. In the performer I've become, in how I've handled myself, how I've changed the way I perceive professional wrestling. I'm just very proud at how I've been able to maneuver throughout my career, constantly leveling up and never having to do anything dastardly or politically or yeah. I'm very proud of myself. I mean, that's probably why it took so long to get to where I am, but yeah, I'm happy with how I handled myself.
People also underestimate how difficult it is to work in the U.S. when you're not from there. And both of us know that.
Yeah, that's a whole hurdle that I had to jump that my, I guess, peers / competitors did not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been amazing celebrating your journey with you, like from seeing you at just getting bookings in the U.S.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. I remember seeing you at an AEW show in Cleveland and being like, you're here.
Dude, they were one of the first ones, maybe the first one to ever just be like, yeah, we'll give this guy a shot.
And then when you got signed to Impact, it's like, you got a contract.
No, the contract wasn't the exciting part. It was the work visa.
Yeah.
Because I put ink to paper before Impact. Not that beneficial. But Scott D'Amore getting me my first work visa changed the trajectory of my career because now I'm legally allowed to do anything I want in America wrestling wise. And that really started the snowball effect.
Yeah. And then it was laying all these bricks one on top of another.
Yep.
And as your friend, it's been really cool to see.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate you giving me the platform at every big milestone that I've had. And it's cool to look back and see the progression of my career. And not only just like physically, but there's mentally too. Like I can go back and listen to where I was headspace wise then. And it's very humbling to hear the way I'm talking at whatever points of my career to see where things have gone.
You were a tag team champion with Josh Alexander, the first interview we did.
Yep.
That was in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Then the next interview was when you had just signed with AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Then we did an interview when you, I think it was with Ring of Honor. You were doing stuff with Ring of Honor. That was the one we did in the Las Vegas studio.
No, so that would have been when I was with Dan Lambert and
Oh, that's
Scorpio.
right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was fun as hell.
Then
it was
you
Ring
came
of
into the
Honor.
studio in Hollywood.
Yeah, now here we are.
And here we are. You're the NXT champion.
Now you got to come to me, Chris.
And we're in the Performance Center. I flew on a red eye last night that left at 11:35. I landed here at 7 a.m.
Heck yeah.
Went straight to a hotel, took a shower, and here I am.
You're doing the gauntlet today. You got everybody.
Hell yeah.
I'm very excited to see these interviews that you filmed.
Well, I'm
Right.
excited that you are one of them.
Heck yeah, me too.
I'm so happy for your success. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
And let's see, maybe your answers have changed, but what are 3 things that you're grateful for?
Ooh, always at the end. I am grateful for my wife, especially right now, for us to have to, I mean, the house we had in Michigan, that was our dream home. So we had to leave that and take a chance here. And it's a lot more expensive in Orlando than where we were in Michigan. So it was a big change. And I'm very grateful for how resilient my wife is and how supportive she is. I'll also say my children too, because they also had to, like my poor daughter looks at her, what are they called? Yearbooks from her kindergarten class. She misses all her friends. So I feel like a terrible dad for chasing my dreams and ripping her away from people she just started to care about. And I'm also grateful for the coaching here. It's honest, it's direct, and as long as I'm willing to take it, it's only made me better. And there's no one's playing games here. And I really appreciate that.
Well, dude, keep doing it.
I will.
And it's so good to see you again.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much, honestly.
It's always so good to see you.